Attention passionate Dallas, COWBOYS. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Dallas Cowboys' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Dallas Cowboys fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Dallas, COWBOYS. Let's get to the news now, folks. If you've been paying attention to the NFL headlines over the past few weeks, you know that the buzz around Jalen Ramsey's potential move to the Dallas Cowboys has been deafening. And it's not just fans speculating. Analysts, insiders, and even some players have chimed in on what this could mean for the Cowboys. And honestly, it's a game changer. Jalen Ramsey, a name synonymous with elite cornerback play, has been one of the most talked about defensive players in the league for years. Known for his tenacity, athleticism, and ability to shut down the best receivers, Ramsey could be the piece that elevates Dallas's defense to a whole new level. But of course, as with any big move in the NFL, especially involving a high-profile player like Ramsey, there's a lot to unpack. The rumors began swirling not long ago, and now every Cowboys fan is asking, will he or won't he? And what would it mean if he does? Let's back up a little and look at why Ramsey is such a coveted asset. Since entering the league in 2016, he's established himself as one of the premier corners in the NFL. His ability to lock down top receivers like Davante Adams, Justin Jefferson, or Tyreek Hill has made him a nightmare for offenses. His aggressive, physical style of play combined with exceptional ball skills makes him a constant threat to create turnovers and turn the tide of games. Over the years, Ramsey has also developed a reputation for being a vocal leader on the field, someone who can rally a defense and set the tone for the entire team. His presence in the secondary could give the Cowboys a boost not just in terms of raw talent, but also in leadership and swagger. Now, considering the current state of the Dallas Cowboys, the defense has been a mixed bag this season. There have been moments of brilliance, especially from Micah Parsons, who's been a defensive force, and Trevon Diggs, who's shown flashes of shutdown corner play. But consistency has been an issue, and in recent games, opposing offenses have found ways to exploit some gaps. Adding Ramsey could be the upgrade that solidifies the secondary and makes opposing quarterbacks think twice before throwing in that direction. Imagine a defense where Ramsey lines up alongside Diggs, with Micah Parsons and DeMarcus Lawrence pressuring the quarterback. That kind of talent, combined with the schemes of Dan Quinn, could turn the Cowboys into an even more formidable unit. And let's not forget, a top-tier defense can be the difference-maker in close playoff games. But of course, it's not just about talent. The NFL is a business, and acquiring Ramsey wouldn't come cheap. The Cowboys would need to negotiate a trade with Ramsey's current team, which is the Los Angeles Rams. Over the past few seasons, the Rams have been in a bit of a rebuild mode, especially after their Super Bowl run in the 2021 season. Trading away a player like Ramsey would likely involve a significant draft pick compensation, possibly a first-rounder or multiple picks, along with a hefty contract extension to keep him in Dallas long-term. That's a big investment, and it raises questions about the team's cap space and overall roster construction. The Cowboys have been prudent with their cap in recent years, but making a move for Ramsey would push their financial limits, and that's something the front office has to consider carefully. Beyond the financials, there are also concerns about team chemistry. Ramsey is known for his fiery personality, which can be a double-edged sword. On one hand, it fuels his competitive fire and leadership on the field. On the other, it can lead to conflicts in the locker room if not managed properly. The Cowboys have a talented roster, but maintaining harmony is crucial, especially as they push for a deep playoff run. Would Ramsey's personality mesh well with the existing core, or could it cause friction? That's a question only time will answer. And speaking of team dynamics, it's worth noting that the Cowboys have a strong leadership group, including veterans like Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, and Tyron Smith. Bringing in a high-profile player like Ramsey could inject some much-needed swagger and confidence into the locker room, but it also requires careful integration. Of course, the decision isn't solely on the Cowboys' end. Ramsey himself will have a say in this. His desire to compete, his fit within the team's defensive scheme, and his personal goals all come into play. Rumors suggest that Ramsey may see Dallas as a prime destination, especially given the team's recent success and the chance to contend for another Super Bowl. The Cowboys, after all, have been knocking on the door for a championship for years now, and adding a player of Ramsey's caliber could be the final piece of the puzzle. But negotiations are complex, and sometimes the logistics don't align with the desire. We've seen big names move in the past, but sometimes it takes a perfect storm of factors to make it happen. While all this speculation swirls around, fans are already imagining the possibilities. Picture Ramsey lining up on the outside, shadowing the opponent's best receiver, disrupting routes and creating turnovers. Imagine the entire defense feeding off his energy, playing with even more confidence. The Cowboys' offense, led by Dak Prescott and bolstered by CeeDee Lamb's emergence as a top receiver, can then capitalize on those defensive stops. The NFC East has always been a competitive division, with teams like the Eagles, Giants, and Commanders constantly vying for supremacy. If Dallas manages to land Ramsey, it could shift the balance of power, making them even more dangerous come playoff time. It's not just about one player, though. It's about what that move symbolizes. Dallas's intent to win now, to go all in for that elusive Super Bowl title that has so far eluded them since their last victory in the 1995 season. Now, let's talk about the broader context. The NFL landscape this year has been fascinating. The parity is high, and surprises are around every corner. Teams like the Kansas City Chiefs and Philadelphia Eagles are still top contenders, but the Cowboys have proven they're in the conversation. Their defense, when clicking, can match up with anyone. The addition of Ramsey could be the spark that pushes them over the edge. Plus, with the evolving offensive game, more pass-heavy, more dynamic, the importance of a lockdown corner becomes even more critical. The NFL is a league where every game can come down to a single play, a clutch interception, or a third down stop. Having Ramsey's talent on your side can turn those moments into wins. We also have to consider the timing. The NFL trade deadline is approaching, and with that, the pressure heats up. Will Dallas pull the trigger? Will they be willing to part with draft capital and salary space to get this deal done? The decision will reflect their confidence in their current roster and their championship aspirations. The Cowboys have been disciplined in recent years, often opting for strategic moves rather than big splashes, but this season feels different. The team has shown resilience, and the front office might see Ramsey as the final ingredient to put them over the top. And let's not forget the fan perspective. Cowboys Nation is buzzing with excitement at the mere possibility of Ramsey donning the star. Social media is flooded with memes, predictions, and debates about whether this move makes sense or if it's too risky. There's a sense of hope that this could be the piece that finally pushes Dallas into the Super Bowl again, after a drought that's been far too long. The history of the Cowboys is full of legendary defenses. Think of the 90s teams with Charles Haley, Larry Allen, and Deion Sanders. If they could recreate even a fraction of that defensive dominance with Ramsey, it would be a historic chapter in franchise history. Of course, nothing is guaranteed. The NFL is unpredictable, and injuries, chemistry issues, or even unforeseen obstacles can change the course of a season. But the excitement around this potential trade is undeniable. It's a reminder of how every move at this time of year can shape the destiny of teams. For Cowboys fans, it's a roller coaster of hope, anticipation, and maybe a little anxiety. Will the front office pull off this blockbuster? Will Ramsey become the new cornerstone of Dallas's secondary? We'll have to wait and see, but one thing is for sure, this is one of the most talked about storylines of the NFL season so far. Now, as we look ahead, it's clear that the Dallas Cowboys are not just content to be playoff contenders. They want to be champions. They're willing to make bold moves, and bringing in Jalen Ramsey would certainly be one of those. It's about making a statement that Dallas is serious about reclaiming its spot at the top of the league. With a talented roster, a passionate fan base, and the potential to add one of the league's best corners, the Cowboys are positioning themselves as a team to watch in the coming weeks. The NFC East remains highly competitive, but the vision of a defense led by Ramsey, combined with their offensive firepower, could be enough to tilt the scales in their favor. In summary, the rumors surrounding Jalen Ramsey's potential move to the Dallas Cowboys are more than just speculation. they represent a strategic possibility that could reshape the NFC landscape. Whether it happens or not, the conversations, debates, and excitement are fueling Cowboys Nation like never before. Fans are dreaming big, and understandably so, because a move like this has the power to alter the course of a season, a franchise, and even a division. The NFL is a league of moments, and this could be one of those pivotal moments for Dallas. We're all watching, waiting, and hoping that this story ends with the Cowboys adding yet another chapter to their storied history of greatness. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Dallas Cowboys news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Dallas Cowboys fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on the potential of Jalen Ramsey wearing the star? Do you think this move would put Dallas over the edge? Or are there risks that outweigh the benefits? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because your opinion matters so much to us and to the Cowboys. Remember, this isn't just about one player. It's about the future of this franchise, its ambitions, and its quest for another Super Bowl. I'll be back soon with more updates, more analysis, and all the latest news you need to stay ahead of the game. So stay tuned, keep the passion alive, and let's see how this story unfolds in the coming days. The Dallas Cowboys are always aiming for greatness, and with your support, we're right there with them, cheering every step of the way.